Good evening, Sanum citizens. Today, the 18th of August, marks the end of Sandus's 8th legislative session for the Council. The Council, as all citizens, I'm sure, are aware, but for those of you who are non-citizens and perhaps looking at this news, the Council is Sandus's direct democratic body. And every full moon today, such as today, the 18th of August, marks the beginning and the end at approximately noon Sandom time, which is UTC -5. It marks the end and the beginning of a new legislative season. Today marks the conclusion of one of the most productive legislative seasons for the Council. Today not just marks the conclusion of many different legislative and civic policies and diplomatic actions carried out over the past month and a half in response to Sandus's rejected GUM application and the diplomatic fallout from that. But it also, and more importantly, is the most productive legislative season in Sandom history, specifically for the Council, because it marks the conclusion and the ratification of the majority of the provisions of the Philia Plan for the major societal shift, a plan which I submitted to the Council earlier in this legislative season. It is ambitious what this plan seeks to develop. For many years now, in Sandus's constitutional theory, we've always considered, and this is since 2011 and 2012, we have always considered the possibility that sometime in the future, Sandus might establish ministries, independent ministries, which might take over specific and key elements of government policy. Today, we do just that. Today, the Council has decided, through a plan which I submitted to the body earlier this month, if not in late July, the Council has decided to ratify and to approve the establishment of a ministry for diplomatic affairs. It is with great joy and pride that I announce the fact that Sandus is developing its first independent ministry. In Sandus's constitutional theory, we have long considered this possibility, and we developed this theoretically for our Constitution, for the development of our government, to supersede such bodies such as bureaus, bureaus which have existed for a very long time, specifically the Bureau of the Treasury, which does not rank as a ministerial position. Today, not only are we considering ministries, but we're considering key political, constitutional, social, and political policies that the state of Sandus can do in order to reduce not just my power, but my responsibilities and the constitutional burden placed upon my office as Sôgmô. It is my consideration as Sôgmô, since I am concerned for the future of the state of Sandus, specifically what our government shall look like in the future, what it should look like, what it will look like. These are all concerns taken up by the Philia Plan for the major societal shift, and conclusively, this Council has shown that we are collectively concerned for our future. This Council has decided to simplify Sandus's anthropological, social, and political polity in manner which reflects Sandus's cultural development. It is decided, in addition, not just to adopt the creation and establishment of the Ministry for Diplomatic Affairs. It has rejected the establishment for the the establishment for a Ministry of the Gendarmerie, a sort of quasi-military police force. But it has also decided to establish the position of an official scribe for the state of Sandus. It has decided to adopt the gens system, an extra constitutional, or rather extraordinary. It is constitutional. It will be constitutional once the final workings are established in our law. But it has decided to establish the precedent for an extraordinary political system known as the gens, and specifically through the development of a Senate and its sitting parliaments. In addition, it is decided to grant local administration and local governance to provinces. And I wish to add to the plan as well that a further province for our citizens located not in North America, but further abroad, even further than Sandus Ulterior, further abroad in Europe and elsewhere, that a new province shall be created. A province which does not yet have a name, but will be developed through Sandus's laws. In addition, it sees the hopeful development of a judicial system, specifically because the provincial system and its delegations of, its devolutions of power sees not just the creation of a curia, a council-like body which sits specifically in the provinces, but in addition to the development of offices for praetors, people who will represent and be the heads of specific provinces. But these positions as well will have investigative and inquisitorial powers in the future hopeful Sandom judicial system. There is much more to add. In addition to all of this, there is a project now in the works, now ratified by the Council, for a constitutional project, a sort of informative or educational project that will seek to not just educate Sandom citizens and those interested in the state of Sandus and our country about Sandus's constitutional regime, but also seek to develop it through more in-depth manners. This plan also considers the ultimate question, and this is a matter of grave concern for us in the coming months and years of the state of Sandus. And specifically, the Council has reaffirmed and reasserted the constitutional arrangement which has been in Sandus for a very long time, since September 2011, when the constitutional element of popular sovereignty was formally embedded in the constitution of the state of Sandus, and that is that every winter solstice, the people of Sandus vote about whether or not myself, about whether or not I, as Sôgmô of the state of Sandus, have the appropriate legitimacy to continue to govern the state of Sandus. And this is the ultimate question in many ways, because it has the potential to decide about whether or not Sandus should reject essentially the monarchy. Sandus is a country which has a monarchy, an elective monarchy, in the office of the Sôgmô. It's incredibly Republican in its constitutional office and the way in which it operates in the Constitution, but it is still a major monarchical element in our Constitution. This is, of course, all to say that the Council has determined tremendous policy for the state of Sandus today. And one of those major elements is, of course, the groundbreaking establishment of the Ministry for Diplomatic Affairs. Since the Council's decisions were ratified and passed at approximately noon Sandham local time, UTC -5, I have been in conversation with a potential candidate to act as Minister for Diplomatic Affairs. He is one of Sandus's newest citizens, but he has shown himself to be a long-term friend and ally of the state of Sandus. He is someone who has been with Sandus for a very long time, mostly in the capacity of being a friend of the state of Sandus. He has led his own micronations since even before the state of Sandus and even before our predecessor states, all the way up to the Grand Laminate of Santa Frestican. This man is the former Maritarch of technocratic Renasia. He is a well-tested and well-proven diplomat who I believe will do exactly what we want in the state of Sandus, what we want from any diplomat, to defend our policies, to defend our interests, and to further our expectations and our hopes. This man is, of course, Jacob Barnett, as he is known in Sandus. Jacob Barnett, sarcasticus, pharmacologus. He is, I believe, the most responsible candidate for this office because he understands what it takes diplomatically to defend our policies and our interests, to defend our sovereignty and our people. And I believe that he will make, if not the best, one of the best candidates for being Minister of Diplomatic Affairs. And so with that, I would like to congratulate Jacob Tierney, or Jacob Barnett, and I would like to thank as well the Council and all of my fellow comrade citizens for the work that they have done in the past month in making this the most productive legislative season. Thank you.